we're sitting down with James from James and Karen Adventures, talking about a topic, why American men choose Filipino wives. And as you see, I'm not in a suit and tie. We are not claiming to be, any type of experts on interpersonal relationships. But for one, James has done some research on this topic that I think you guys will find interesting. And I hope you take it as just two regular American guys telling our truth. And we'll get into it. So, James, for you personally, what made you start to, what was your impetus to start looking at the Philippines particularly for a wife?
Well, there was a lack of shared values between myself and the local dating pool. There was basically not anyone that matched my personality and that wanted to come from a farm background and wanted to be a wife and mother. Mm-hmm. Basically, they're either going to be career girls, or there's a lot of girls that are not ready to settle down. They want to party. They want to do that for most of their life, it seems like. Mm-hmm. And so I was looking for a girl that was religious, which is not a lot of people are religious. Every year, fewer and fewer people identify as with any religion in the United States. And so if you want to find, every year, less and less likely you're going to find a mate that is religious. And same thing with health in the United States overall. We're having problems with obesity. We're having a mental health crisis. A lot of, if you want to have kids, you don't want to be having to take a lot of drugs that might affect your future child. You want a wife that's healthy,
right?
It's in a healthy weight range, and isn't taking drugs that are dangerous to the child's health. So if you go and you look at the statistics bear out what I anecdotally felt. What I could see. That's anecdotal evidence, what I could see.
Right.
And I actually went and looked at the statistics. And the statistics show that if you look at women between 18 and 30, this is just an example. This isn't my criteria, but it's just an example of the dating pool size for people, many age ranges. But if you look at between 18 and 30, say you're looking for a family, make family formation, and you want religious girl, you want a girl that's healthy. She's not pre-diabetic, and she's mentally sound. Doesn't need pharmaceuticals that's going to affect your child's development in utero. Philippines, I have the statistics right here in my hands. It's something like an estimate is between 11 and 12% of the population here is single and between the age of 18 and 30. 11 and 12%. That's a lot. In the U.S., the same portion of the population that is single, that doesn't need any drugs, and is not unhealthily in an unhealthy body mass index, is only 2 to 3%. So if you're going to go, it's like fishing. If you're going to go fishing, you want to go fishing where the fish are.
Right.
And so you've got a potential dating pool of between 2 and 3% in the United States. In the Philippines, between 11 and 12%.
Right.
And even if you adjust that for educational attainment, Philippines still. So say you want a wife that is educated, that can hold a conversation, that has a college degree. The Philippines still has if you add education in the mix, you're still going to find many more that are educated that have all those same criteria in the Philippines.
And that's true. A lot of people view, like the Philippines as a third world country, but, they have a lack of education. But honestly, Filipinos, go to college and complete college at a higher rate than women in the U.S.
It's really quite amazing. So I have the adjusted statistics here. And so if you want a college-educated wife, if your dating pool is only going to be college-educated. Now, this is just for an example of the difference in the dating pool here. The difference is, in the Philippines, that's 2.3% of the population is single is a woman between 18 and 30 who is relatively healthy. In the United States, the number is, based on estimates, is about 0.9.
So less than 1%.
So even if you're a young professional and you want a wife that's educated and can, hold that conversation and run in a white collar job, maybe potentially, the Philippines still wins.
Right, and and you bring up an interesting point because, and like personally, I'm not looking necessarily between 18 and 30. But
that was just for an example.
Right, no.
That was just an example.
I understand, and there are older men that are looking in that range, and that is perfectly fine. People like what they like. So the point that I was getting to was of that potential dating pool, the 0.9% in the U.S. and whatever it was.
It's 0.9 in the U.S. according to estimates, and 2.3% are educated and healthy and single and between 18 and 30.
So over twice as many. Now the point I want to make is out of that percentage, how many 18 to 30-year-old women that meet that criteria would be interested in dating a man 20 years older than them?
That's an interesting question, and I've researched that, but
because I believe a higher percentage of which is
Exactly.
already a higher percentage.
That's another good point.
Of the Philippines, because it's not just about the women that are available, but
It's about their preference.
About their preference too. It's not just about what the men want.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the American women that are complaining, these older
bros,
men, passport bros going over. Well, those women do not want us.
No.
So it doesn't matter, as a man, it's like what you want. You also have to take into consideration, what do the women that's in your preferred dating pool, what do they want? Mm-hmm. And in the Philippines, it's a thing.
America has a good reputation here. They love America, and they love the American male for certain. Yeah.
Yeah. So not only the criteria, for desirable women, and again, there are some great American women. Not going to discount them, and between 18 and 30, and not doing drugs, not overweight, good girls. They're not interested in us, and that's just how it is. And if you want to find a woman that meets those criteria that could possibly be interested in you, then you have to look, like you said, where the fish are biting.
Go where the fish are, yeah.
Yeah. So moving off of that,
and this topic has broader civilizational tertiary effects. I mean, it's affecting. It goes to the motivation of your men in your society to be husbands and fathers and soldiers and politicians that are constructive, and whether their educational attainment. In America, the educational attainment of men is falling, and a lot of men now are going into the trades. A lot of women like to marry up. And at the same time, you got men that are deciding not to get that college degree.
Absolutely.
The girls are getting the college degree. And since men traditionally prefer to marry up, women prefer to marry up, and men marry down. And the dating pool is getting really tight for those guys, because those girls that got college degrees now. Most of those are going to be outside their dating pool now, because the girls are looking for somebody with the same educational attainment. And there's less and less of those guys. So they're chasing fewer and fewer of these the educated men that they're after. And meanwhile, the plumbers, the electricians are making bank, but they're not in that dating pool for those professional girls anymore.
Right.
Because they don't, it's just a cultural thing. Not all, but mostly they don't want them.
There was a point made in the comment about, Filipinos well, we're gonna specifically talk about Filipinas.
Hi, Scott.
That are healthier than American women
On average.
on average.
It seems
And-
like the
and-
statistics bear out that on average, there's much less obesity here. The body mass index is a lot less. It's much, tends to be in the healthy range for the majority here. In the U.S., maybe, I don't know about the majority, but it's pretty close to moving outside the healthy range for most people.
Right, and that's, like, that, like you were touching on, there's far, broader reaching.
Tertiary societal
Right.
effects.
It's, the effects of.
It's causing a
the
demoralization.
The richness in America where, like, obesity isn't just a woman problem.
It's everyone, it's everyone. It's men and women, and it's
Right.
everyone basically across the board. All demographic groups are affected by it.
Yeah.
And part of it is just because of a general lowering of the morale. We're going through these new cultural. We're breaking new ground culturally here, and it's not good. The results are not good. There's a lot of novelty going on here with our culture. A lot of things here we're seeing are novel or been tried before in failed civilizations.
And because, and I'm kind of moving a little bit off topic, just on that particular point. A lot of it is blamed on the fast food culture and fatty foods and all that, but one thing that goes in my mind is stress eating. And there is not as much stress eating in the Philippines because there's not as much.
Nanai has no problem cooking for us. Karen has no problem cooking. I don't, and I'm lost in the kitchen. I know you know how to cook. I don't. I don't know what to do. But in the West,
I make art in the kitchen.
In the West, we have the fast food culture, but we also have the middle class has to have two incomes. And if you have two incomes, neither parent feels like cooking at the end of the day, so they go out to eat the fast food. They're eating fast food rather than dining in, because dining in at their house means they're cooking, means that one of the tired parents is going to have to do it. And they don't want to. They're tired because you have a two-income household. Our economy does not support a single income middle-class household anymore. And as a result, you don't have a parent preparing dinner, packing lunches.
Right.
They're
Healthy
eating,
meals, yeah.
They're eating the processed food and no thoughts being put into what Junior's eating.
Right. And before we go, like we could do a whole video on nutrition and that aspect of it. But back to Filipinas. Karen, come here, Karen. Show you.
Question and answer session.
No, what? No, she didn't. Just
come on, Karen, get in the frame here so they can see you.
Come in, because now we'll get a little bit personal.
Yeah.
Why did you? What was the one trait when you started talking to Karen that drew you to her specifically?
Her character, just total honesty, total open book. She didn't have any secrets. She didn't have any. I could sense that she just didn't have any hidden agenda. She wore her heart on her sleeve, and there was no hidden agenda there. No. She wasn't putting on a false front. She's
Right.
authentic.
Right.
She's real. That was number one. She's real. What you see is what you get.
Yep. She's real. She's real, guys.
No. There's nothing fake here. My wife is real, and there's no posturing. There's no pretending to be something she's not. She doesn't even wear makeup, almost never, except when she's like forced to because of a wedding or something. She just put a little. Even in that, in her appearance, she's not even fake. She's just genuine.
Well, okay.
And that's hard to find in this world. There's
so-
people in general that are genuine. It's hard to find.
Yeah, for sure. So Karen, same question. When you first started talking to James, what was it about him that made you want to talk to him more and attracted you to him?
Yeah, James is very honest. Yeah, honest, and he is God-fearing and very hardworking. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
He always priority me, and yeah, even I don't ask like that. And he's not secretive. He's very open to me.
yeah. Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, every good relationship is born from honesty. Like, you know, a lot of people say that trust is one of the most important parts of a relationship, and trust always begins with honesty. And if you are honest and consistently honest, then trust is built. So, honesty is the keystone
Yep.
of any successful
Yep.
relationship. So, I don't really even know you guys' backstory, and I was gonna, do a more like specific just on YouTube.
Sure, we can do that.
But-
We can do that another time.
Yeah, but for now, I do want to ask, like,
Sure.
how did you guys like first meet? What is your love story?
What month was it? What year?
It's June 2022. I was in second year college. that
Second year
time.
college.
I'm not. It's online class. That's why I'm always using phone. Always using phone. And then I tried the.
She had to go up a mountain to use the
Yeah.
phone. There's no phone service at her house.
I'm
No
using my
internet.
sister.
She had to go up to the top of the mountain peak to message me and do her classwork because it was during COVID and they were doing online classes.
So guys, if you want a woman that will climb a mountain just to talk to you, the Philippines may be for you.
Yeah, literally that's what she did. In order to get a signal, she had to climb the mountain. So,
We have no Wi-Fi there, mountain or Starlink. I don't know what
no,
Starlink.
she didn't even know what
before.
Starlink was. Yeah, it's very expensive anyway. So.
Yeah. So when when you first came here, and I know that you had built a rapport with Karen
For a
you
year,
know,
we
for
chatted.
a year.
We had an LDR for a year before we met.
And when you first got here, because that was your connection to the Philippines.
Yes.
But then you got here and then got the full picture. Like, at what moment in that process did you realize, not only is this woman for me, but the Philippines is for me?
Well, I think probably when I met her family and I seen they're farming, they're growing their food up there. Nana and Tata are very close. They're not squabbling, they're not bickering. They all know their jobs and they work hard and they're happy up there. They have a very simple life up there. They don't have a lot of material possessions. They do live in a very beautiful place. It's beautiful, and they have really great food. But that's because they work for it. But even having so little, they have a lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Things that are not things you can't buy. They've got the things you can't buy. You know.
Yeah, and that leads me back to a topic: Filipina women versus American women.
Well-
what would you say about the family values and traditional values that where the Filipinas surpass American women?
Well, I mean, this is going to be situational. It's going to depend on what your viewpoint is. But
What you're looking
from
for.
my viewpoint, being kind of a throwback, being religious myself, I'm Catholic. We go to the same church, Karen and I, the same, roughly. So we live by pretty much the same rules, and we both regard marriage as sacred, and it's not something you do lightly. It's something when you make that, if you're properly catechized and you're following your church, then you realize it's a lifetime commitment.
Right.
And it's not something you do lightly. So you're going to be very selective because you get to make that decision maybe only once as far as the church goes. So you don't want to blow that. You want to make sure you pick the right person.
Right, and a point I was going to kind of go over. You've watched videos where foreign vloggers are talking about my wife's family like is a burden or whatever. And I'm pretty sure James shares the same viewpoint I'm fixing to put out is like Filipino families are a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, if you come with the attitude of embracing like the family unit that's so prevalent in the Philippines, the closeness, the bond, become part of that instead of making that a problem in your life, you'll be much happier.
Yeah.
Because the Filipina families, you know, are very welcoming. Like if you know, their daughter chose you to be a husband, like you're part of the family now. And I believe that more foreigners should embrace that rather than complain about it.
Yes. When you marry a Filipina, you're marrying the family.
Yes.
And I want to point some things out. I don't want to generalize too much, but if you find a Filipina and she does not like her family, there might be something wrong with her. She might, you know, you might want to look twice at that girl if she doesn't like her family. Now she might be a good woman and she's got a bad family, and that's unfortunate. But more often than not, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Right.
And so if you look at the family and the family's good people, then probably your wife is going to be good people too.
Right.
And
right.
probably, you know,
Raised
and then when
right.
you
Absolutely.
raised right and you're going to be able to get along with them because you know you already did your due diligence. You know they're good people, so you're going to want them to live in close proximity, especially if you're living out here in the province and you might need help building a house. You might need help, whatever. Your motorcycle's broke. You're stranded. Security. You're going to be a lot more secure if your wife and her extended family lives around you. You live in a bubble made by your wife's family. You're going to be a lot safer than if you go to another island. A lot of guys say, go to another island, move away from your wife's family. If you do that, you're taking your wife out of her comfort zone.
Right.
And
I got a follow-up question for Karen now. All right, Karen. You were, and I don't know, like, if while you were doing LDR and video chatting, if like the family ever was kind of introduced to James, but hypothetical, if James would have came over and your family didn't like James, how would you have reacted?
What do you mean if they don't
If
like?
they don't approve of James, then would it have been over?
Maybe I will, because I know better James already before he came, and I think James is
Yeah,
I
so
will fight.
you
I will fight,
knew
yeah.
that your family would approve.
she said she will fight. Now
I
that
will
surprises
fight.
me. She
Oh,
said
you,
she
she
will
would
fight.
she would okay. So she would have. So if the family didn't approve, she would have.
Yeah, actually,
because,
there's a lot of drama before we got married.
There was quite a bit of
Yeah.
drama.
Okay.
It wasn't us. And we were actually, I mean, it seems crazy now, but we were going to get married on our first visit. And you met Jenna Lynn. Jenna Lynn said that it's the older sister's right to get married first. So even though Nana and Tata gave us permission, they took it back and they said we had to let Jenna Lynn get married first. So and that was a lot of drama. A
We
lot of
cried,
drama.
wow.
cried like that.
Oh, it was a lot of
Yeah.
crying. I couldn't figure out what was going on at first, and then I realized the two of them were at each other, kind of. They were at each other because Jen said, "No, you can't you can't get married." And what did she say? She said you were being strong-willed and you had to be put under control. and I thought, like, oh, you know, I guess culturally, the older sister has that right, and she exercised it. Believe me.
Oh. I'd say that's good stuff. Not good that.
It's not a big deal,
Yeah.
but it was really dramatic.
But
then.
it's very interesting.
And it didn't break us all up either. I mean, we're all still friends. We're all still close anyway. But
Yeah.
it was crazy for a while. The two girls were crying a lot.
Okay, so sticking with Karen. Karen, what was the hardest thing for you to get used to, get accustomed to with like James, like with the cultural difference? Like what is it one thing that you have to work on to
Adjust. We need to adjust because Filipino culture is different than American. Like men here are if you are in tampo mode, they will suit you, like give you something to make you happy. American is if you're
We just ignore 'em all
Yeah,
harder.
ignore and
Oh boy.
Filipina first, talk first and just say sorry because that's
So,
adjust.
so you're okay. So what I'm getting, Karen's saying
Tampo mode.
the
Yeah.
hardest thing for her as a Filipino to get accustomed to an American man is how American men are clueless on how to handle tampo the way that I guess Filipino boys are trained. They know what to do in that situation, and we're clueless, you know. And you know, you're saying like the Filipino, like if you had a Filipino boyfriend, like if you had tampo, then he would be extra sweet, give you gifts,
Yeah.
and
I didn't know that.
see for American men, like
I had
we-
no idea I was supposed to do that.
yeah, see, we, you know, as American men, we have the mindset that, you know, we view tampo as like bad behavior, and you don't reward bad behavior. So, but it's not, you know, and we could go in, like, I'm not gonna go completely into tampo, but like tampo is not bad behavior. We just don't understand it the way we should. So, that's gonna. I almost feel like just going off on the whole tempo thing
Yeah.
now. But let's see if anybody
Because
has any good
Filipina
questions
always
here.
emotional, always. That's the only thing that I
Let's say
need
hi.
to exercise.
Let's say hi to everybody. Hi, Alistair. Hi, Chickalo Cherry. Hi, Craig. Craig Hampton's here.
Okay.
Hi, Scott. Hi, Rhoda. Hi, Martin. That's Vanilla Gorillas Martin. Hi, JJ. Hey, Kuya Dave. Hey, MFR. Ayo John. Hey, said, hey, good evening. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Okay, so basically everybody's just saying hi and listening. If you guys have any questions on the topic of why, and I know someone said, you know, not just American men, but all men. And I get that, but you know, we're speaking from the perspective of American men because that's what we know. And but if any of you guys have any questions about or comments about why, you know, an American man would choose a Filipina over an American woman, let's talk about it. Fortune's here. Hey, Fortune. Wait. SK said, just grab a beer for that couple. Cheers. Yeah, at first I was thinking you were gonna say, like, you know, when tampo is happening, just grab a beer and wait it out. That's that's where I thought you were gonna go with that. But wow, I went blank. Where was I in the
We were talking about tempo, and we were
About
talking
the-
about.
just-
We were gonna do questions.
Yeah.
I just shared the live stream, so hopefully more of our friends come here and have questions. So
Okay, yeah, because yeah, I mean, like,
basically, we started off. We looked at the statistics today, and it's obvious that the dating pool is much larger here in the Philippines. Population is younger. Okay.
yes.
And there's many more. For some reason, there's many more single women here. Karen, why are there so many single women in the Philippines? Are Filipino guys afraid to marry?
Yeah, mostly are afraid to the responsibility.
Like your brother Tom. Is it because maybe they're looking for a good job before they marry and there's not enough jobs?
That's a factor also, James. For example, my brother wants a stable job first.
So he wants to make sure he gets some money in the bank and has
And he is very picky also when it comes to girls because he said you need only one.
He said only one in a
Only
million.
one. Yeah.
Right, and I could see that too. Like if you know, I was born in the Philippines, and you know there is that large pool of Filipinas.
Yeah.
Like, you know, for us, you know, coming from the US where like it's a lot harder, you know, to find a single attractive good girl,
Uh-huh.
you know, in the demographic that we're looking for. If you could, for lack of a better way to put it, take for granted the fact that like the availability is there, and I don't have to latch on to the first one I see.
You're the
because,
first single girl you see, no matter any other qualification. Just
Yeah.
that she's a single and she's a woman. That's it.
Right.
And you're lucky. You're going to be dang lucky in America to find it.
But
Yeah.
but you know, Filipinos can, you know, be more selective because there's more to choose from.
Yeah.
JJ Kors says men want a Filipina Karen, not a U.S. Karen. That's a good one,
That's
man.
good, JJ.
There is the big difference. Thank you for that, JJ. Yeah, I agree. Filipina Karen is much preferred. Fortune says, always go for Panay ladies. They are the best. My mom is from San Jose Antique. I agree with you, Fortune, very much.
Yeah, that you know.
Man, you got to,
Yeah, and I see Lotsky came in. Hey, Lotsky. Yeah, I mean, there's, you know, I've noticed that, you know, I'm trying to think how to say it because all Filipinas don't look alike, and you know, a lot of people, oh, you know, but no, like in different regions of
Yeah.
the Philippines.
short, tall,
Filipinas.
more round face, a little
Yeah.
bit longer face, different nose. Yeah.
So
You can almost tell which island you're on if you look by the majority of the way people look.
exactly.
Yeah, you can. You can.
So
you really can.
so like for lack of a better way of putting it, like there is a flavor for whatever your taste
That's right.
is in women.
That's right.
Like, you know, one island is gonna have, you know, your specific
And
taste.
I've heard people try to stereotype Filipinas as one way. And I'm like,
no.
that person, I tell them, you don't know the Philippines.
Yeah.
You know nothing about the Philippines. If
You know,
you
like
think,
like
if you
girls
think
like girls from Mindanao look completely different than
in different regions
Yeah.
of Mindanao are
And
completely
different-
different from each other. It's quite amazing, yeah. There's a lot of genetic diversity here for sure. You cannot stereotype and pigeonhole Filipinas as being one type, body type. Not at all.
All right, here's one for Karen by one of my favorite people in the world, Gary Walker. What's up, G-Dub? G-Dub says, I want Karen's definition of tampo. No leading James and Ray, Karen's. What do Panays expect to gain through tampo? What's the smallest thing you have done tampo over? Like what is the littlest thing that has caused you to have tampo, and what does tampo mean to you? Who dat? That's no you. You.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'll do. Let's break this up. What is your definition of tampo? What does tampo mean to you? Explain
silent-
tampo.
Silent treatment. If Filipinas are angry, we'll just keep our mouth shut and then just don't talk to you. Yeah, like
What is
James. And
yeah? What is the purpose? And then
What is the purpose?
Yeah. What do you expect to gain? What do you
Yeah.
what do you want from that?
In order to James realize my emotion also sometimes, and also to James understand that I'm hurt like that.
Okay. So
To realize her emotion.
yeah, and I'm gonna come back to that because
Yeah.
that's good stuff.
Yeah, that's very
But-
insightful.
But the third question was, what is the smallest thing that you've ever had tampo about?
If James don't just ignore me if I have question like that.
That's right. That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
And follow up on that. Have you ever had like tampo where like you were thinking James was ignoring you and maybe like James didn't hear you or something? Did you ever realize that, you know, that you were, because the reason, yeah, you're nodding, but the reason I say this is because I believe another good quality about Tampo is it gives Filipinas time to think about the entire situation and maybe figure something out, you know, like, you know, oh, maybe he didn't hear me and maybe I shouldn't react until I know that he was really purposefully ignoring me before I get too mad about it. So okay. But what was the point before that? Because that was good stuff. The question was,
To her emotion.
Yeah.
The point was so that I would
oh, what do you gain? Yeah. Okay. So what I got from that when you said it was, like, you want James as the man to recognize that something is bothering you emotionally without having to shout it in his face. For him to come to the realization, oh, she's being quiet, something's wrong with her. Let me check on her and make sure she's okay.
Yeah.
Like that's what you want.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So we've got Tampo figured out here. Like if your Filipina is having Tampo, she just wants you to emotionally connect to her and check in and say, hey, is everything okay? Don't get defensive. Like, what is she mad about me? What is she, you know,
Yeah.
angry with me about? What did I do? Don't make it about yourself. Focus on the Filipina. Like something's bothering her, and that's the only thing that matters. Not what the issue is, the emotion. Deal with the emotion first, and then you can talk about later, you know, maybe what caused the emotion. But always deal with the emotion first. Is that good, Karen?
Yeah. Because if you don't stop that tampo, you don't, until forever you are fighting.
See?
But like James always, okay, Karen, I'm so sorry, like that. And we're okay after.
Okay. Alistair says, question for Karen. Why would a Filipina between 30 to 34 be single and no children? Is this a red flag?
It's not a red flag, Alistair, but that age is, they are more focused on the career. That's why career.
Yeah, so it's, you know, and I could see that they might have been more career oriented, and you know, there's nothing wrong with that if, you know, you that's the type of woman you're looking for, and some men are. James wasn't. That, you know, he didn't want, you know, a career-minded working woman. That's just not his preference. But for some people, it may be. So I wouldn't automatically judge a woman that's older and hasn't had children or hasn't dated a lot. Like their focus may have been on something else. So, you know.
Sometimes they're family. Sometimes
Yeah.
those girls are working to support their family.
Yeah. Oh,
And sometimes they are, they find themselves 30 to 34 with no children because, they're OFW. They've been sending money back to take care of their family.
You know,
so often those are really good girls.
Yeah, they might have been an OFW for 10 years,
Yeah.
like went overseas when they were 20 and worked for 10 years and sending money back, and then they come back to the Philippines. Well, you know, unless they're dating in whatever foreign country they're in, like they're going to be single and no kids.
Yeah. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
You'll run into ladies here like that often.
Lotsky, another Filipina perspective. Lotsky said, when Filipina makes tampo or get upset is hurting, but then we can still communicate to our partner to enable to have the relationship keep going. And I think I get what you're saying, Lotsky, and I agree with that. Sometimes, like if you're mad at someone, and then you say hurtful things to them while you're in that emotion, that just causes another problem and another hurt. And if you know, keep your emotions in check, which, like, applause to Filipinas that they can do that. Like American women can't do that. If they're upset, everyone in the world is gonna know they're upset. But Filipinas like have an ability that's admirable to
Be stoic.
to hold their emotions, be stoic, like keep their emotions in check until they're ready to communicate to their partner in a rational, calm manner to say, you know, you did this and it hurt me, and have a discussion about it without yelling and screaming, and that's awesome. Let's see. D Forever Young, hello from Davao. How you doing? How's everybody tonight? We're doing awesome. I'm enjoying my visit here with James and Karen. These are two awesome people. If you are not subscribed to James and Karen's Adventures, then you need to get on that. That is something that should be at the top of your to-do list, because these guys make great videos. They're a great couple, and definitely entertaining, informative, like just great content.
Thank you, Ray.
Yeah. Sherry Cheerleader Clover's Irish Guinness. She keeps changing her name on me. Sherry's from Tennessee. She said, like love language to each other and understand each other. I see what Ray is saying. He's a good teacher on relationship. Well, thank you, Sherry. But hey, I'm gonna jump on that. Do you know the 5 languages of love?
Not really, no. Maybe
Okay.
read it a while back.
Okay, so the 5 languages of love is gift giving, personal time, words of affirmation, like saying you're beautiful, I love you, acts of service, and someone help me out with the 5th one. But out of those, I only gave 4. Physical touch was the 5th one. So physical touch, acts of service, words of affirmation, gift giving, and which one did I miss again? And time, like quality time. Out of those 5, which is most important to you, James?
Oh,
Or actually, which one of those would you say is your love language? Like out of those, which one of those is how you show Karen that you love her the most?
probably you said acts of service.
Accent. So, you know, he gets up, he like does work, and it's for, and Karen, do you recognize that as James's
Yeah.
love? When
Yes.
he's doing something, do you look at him and say, "Oh, there's my hardworking man
Yeah.
working for me, and he loves me."
I said, oh my goodness, you're very pugi.
Oh, when he's working, yeah.
Very
So,
hardworking.
so what would you say is your love language to James? How do you show James?
Yeah, act of service
Same-
and
same.
time and time.
Bringing him a cup of
Yeah.
coffee, making him food, and bringing it to him.
And affirmation.
Oh, and telling him, yeah, he's pokey and all that. Okay, so you got 2. Karen's very loving. She uses all the love language.
Yeah, I think so.
She's multilingual in the love
She
languages.
checks every one of those boxes.
Yeah, awesome. Lotsky said, it's bad to make tampo because it makes a bad day and your mood is bad too. It's better to talk about it until your mood fades because it's hurting. Just talk heart to heart. Yeah, and you know, when you're able to do that, Lotsky, like, absolutely, that's the preferred method. But, you know, sometimes our emotions get the best of us, and, you know, when someone is in an emotional state, they're not in the right frame of mind to have, you know, a rational heart-to-heart conversation that's productive. And that's the key. Like, you could say a bunch of stuff when you're emotional, but it may not be productive stuff. And so, you know, like I said, I appreciate, you know, when Filipinas recognize in themselves that whatever I say right now is not gonna help this situation. It's
Yep.
like the rule all our mamas taught us way back in the day.
Yep.
If you don't have something nice to
Say
say,
it.
don't say nothing at all.
Yep.
And Filipinas practice
Yeah.
that.
Exactly, same principle.
Yeah. Let's see. Gary Walker said, "Great answer, Karen. I'm learning." So he learned just like we learned. I learned something about Tampo. It's also so. But Gary, Professor Karen over here. Next question is for Karen also. How often does James do Tampo? What is his goal? Joke, James.
Not more open. James is not doing tampo.
He doesn't do Tampo very often? Even when he's
Sometimes
ignoring you?
But I understand sometimes I ignore it, especially when he uses phone. I understand. I am only always. I don't know why too. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. D Forever Youngs. What are your thoughts on daily vlogging? My wife wants me to start doing it because of the house build. She thinks it will bring more traffic. Thoughts because y'all are successful.
My thought is, if you do it, and if you enjoy it, keep doing it. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it, because it probably won't work. It probably won't do any, nobody's gonna watch it if you don't enjoy it. But if you enjoy it, just do it, because it's fun, and maybe it'll take off.
Yeah.
Just do it.
That goes for, pretty much any YouTube content. Like if you're not doing it and having a good time while you're doing it, if you view it as like this is a job I got to make money at and all, like that is not the reason to do YouTube.
Yeah.
Like it is to share, your personal life and perspective to other people. Some of them will enjoy it. Some of them will call you weird and, be trolls. But the bottom line is, like, if you want to do a daily vlog on your house build and it is interesting to you, because that's the key. Don't do any YouTube content about anything that's not interesting to you. Like,
Not fun, you're probably not gonna succeed.
but like if you're interested in, like the building process in the Philippines and you're going through it and you're talking about, hey, this is they're doing this and isn't this fascinating, and other people will gravitate towards that. But you have to be interested before anybody else will be. Jimbo Q said hello. Hello, Jimbo Q. Gary Walker. Stuart Little teaching Michael Jordan that Michael's good enough. Don't know why that popped in my head. Stuart Little. Oh,
The mouse.
yeah, but I don't remember that with the Michael.
I don't know.
Yeah, that you got me on that one, Gary. Normally, like me and you, like pop culture references, like I am right on top of it. We're sharing the same brain. But I don't. I guess I never watched any Stuart Little. SK Stamina King says, when it comes to my ex-girl, she was a real nightmare. But in Philippines, my girl here, they showed me what real love is. Oh, SK, you're touching my heart. I love you, brother. But it's true. Like, a lot of, I believe a lot of foreigners, come over here a little bit guarded just because of, the scars of being with women, the women that we knew. And sometimes it takes a little while for sweet girls like this, to soften our hearts and let us experience like real emotional connection and love without, the jaded blinders that we have, due to past
I want to
relationships.
say to the guys out there, be very careful that when you come over here, you don't fall into the patterns you fell into with your ex or with ladies you're dating in America. Because don't punish them for what went wrong over there.
Right.
This is a new game here. Don't bring the things you don't bring your baggage with you.
Right.
Drop that stuff. Let it go. New start.
Okay. Gary Walker shouting out Jimbo Q. You know Jimbo Q? All right, Gary. If you're a friend of Gary's, you're a friend of mine. Jimbo Q, 31 years and 2 boys, counting with my Panay. Awesome. Like,
Yeah, that's good.
I'll have to get in touch with you, and you can give me tips on, you know, how to make that 31 years happen. G-Dub pretty much goes for anything in life if it makes you happy. True that. Yeah, you do what makes you happy. So yeah, if you're doing YouTube and you know it brings happiness to your life, keep doing it. Don't worry about viewers. Don't worry about what's gonna resonate with anybody else. Like, do you? Like, you're gonna have a YouTube channel. Just do you. Some people are gonna resonate with that. Some people aren't. The people that don't resonate with you, they're not meant to be your viewers. Just keep going, keep doing you, and be authentic. Like that's why James and Karen, and I'm gonna shout out their channel again, James and Karen's Adventures. I wish I would have thought to pin. Oh, I could probably pin it now. And I'll pin their channel in the comment. But if you have not subscribed to these two, like, they are authentic, genuine, good people, and you should check them out.
Thank you,
See if
Jim
click.
Boku. He's in the Facebook group, the Filipina Adventure group, I think you mean. Thank you, Jim Boku. Thanks for joining the group.
Oh, awesome. SNL, you're good enough, Michael. Oh, okay. But that wasn't Stuart. What was the name? Gary Walker was talking about. There was a Saturday Night Live skit, and the guy's name wasn't Stuart Little. It was something else, but he used to always do words of affirmation.
Okay.
Like he would look in the mirror and say, you're good enough, you're
Okay.
whatever, and gosh darn it, people like you. And he had Michael Jordan on a skit. I'm with you now, Gary Walker. I know where you want, but I don't think you're gonna Google it for me, because I don't think Handy. I think it was no, not Jack Handy. It was, but it wasn't Stuart Little. It was something else. Stuart Little was the mouse.
Yeah.
Gary Walker, self-affirmation lesson. Yeah, I got you, but it wasn't Stuart Little. D Forever Youngs, thanks for the advice. I'm new to the Philippines, but I love it here. We sold everything and moved here, never having visited. Met my wife in the States. You guys are awesome. Awesome.
Thank you. Your story is awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. I mean, and if you don't mind me asking, like, did you met your wife in the States? Was she Filipina that you met in the States and moved here, or like I have some friends that are going to be moving, within the next few months that are, Caucasian couple that are selling everything in Texas and moving over here as a couple, which you don't see as often, but I'd like to know your story. That's awesome. Jimbo Q up, Facebook group. Yeah, Jimbo Little Dude. So in your Facebook group, Jimbo Little Dude.
Yep, I know who that is. Yeah.
Okay. Sherry says, you're welcome, Ray. Check box all green, and Ray can just call me Sherry. I'll be changing my name soon so it matches with my logo. And I adore Karen and James' relationship.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're awesome. And I like joking with you, Sherry. Like, it's just kind of like a running joke. I remember, like, you start out, it was Sherry cheerleader, cobalt blue, burnt orange or something. And Sherry, I always meant to ask the cobalt blue, burnt orange. I always assumed that was for a sports team, like maybe college. So what sports team is like blue and orange in Tennessee? Maybe, I don't know. Gary Walker, yep, you're right. Some other name, Michael, if you try harder, you can be above average at basketball. Yeah, it was some of that. But I remember that skit now that I figured it out. Stuart Smalley. That was it. Stuart Smalley was the guy's name. Yeah, Stuart Little was the little mouse. Hilarious skit with number 20. Yeah, absolutely. That was funny. Stuart Smalley's Daily Affirmation. I remember that skit. That was when. Did you ever watch Saturday Night Live?
Very rarely. Once
See,
in a while.
that's when Saturday Night Live was good, like in the
Yeah,
90s.
yeah, way back.
You know, I mean,
And I wasn't usually allowed to stay up that late when it was good.
yeah, but you know, it had, you know, like all of, you know, pretty much everybody comedic that became famous in the 2000s started on Saturday Night Live in the
Yep,
90s.
yep.
You know, Adam Sandler and Eddie Murphy before that,
Yep.
and just so many. But how long have we been on here? Are we getting close to? Well, we got another voice coming. D Forever Youngs. My wife is Filipina. She was a widow I met in Texas. Okay. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. I retired early at 48, 25 years in government service, and now we're here, bought a house, remodel, and pool coming. That is awesome. Like, you know, and like that's like the American dream that is actually possible in the Philippines. Like,
Yes, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's amazing. You can come to the Philippines and the American dream is possible here.
right.
Yeah.
It's, you know, and this kind of goes full circle. You know, we're talking about, you know, what Americans are looking for, you know, in a life partner, and in a broader sense.
In life in general.
In life in general.
You have more freedom here.
The American, you know, the American dream is more possible.
More obtainable here.
More obtainable.
Yeah. The
Coming to the Philippines.
The world is truly turned upside down.
Yeah, because you know you find a wife that loves you and respects you and treats you like a man, you know, and not just, you know, her vehicle for having a better life for herself, you know, because, and I'm not going to get too controversial, but, you know, like a lot of people talk about, oh, you know, Filipinas are just looking to improve their life by dating a foreigner, by dating an American. Like, you know, we're just some stepstone to a better life. What woman is not looking for that?
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world, it's you know, every woman wants to, you know, have stability in their partner. The only difference is the man that gives a Filipina that stability and you know, brings her into his life, gets respect and love from the Filipina, where, my opinion, I feel like a lot of Western women just take it for granted. That's just what men are supposed to do, and there's no recognition. So another reason, bringing it back to the point of why we choose Filipinas, in the Philippines, we're recognized and appreciated for what a man does in the relationship. Whereas I don't believe, in America particularly, that women actually, I'm not gonna say, the majority of the single women, and my experience with them, do not respect what a man brings into the relationship. For American women, they're the prize, and we should just be thankful and do everything because they agreed to be with us. And it's not like that in the Philippines.
No, it's not like that in probably most of the rest of the world.
Yeah, it's kind of systemic
Yeah, in the West,
in the
endemic,
US. Endemic, yeah.
endemic in the Western countries.
Let's see, Sherry, blue and orange, that's the colors from a high school I never graduated from. Sadly, I love that school. Well, Sherry, have you thought going and get your, well, I just said you never graduated, but I'm assuming like you went and got your GED. You went to school there, you can claim that as your high school. D Forever Young. I was looking for real love, no strings, and I got so much more. I didn't know I could be this happy or be loved this much. And, you know,
That brings up an interesting point. In this modern world, a lot of people came from broken homes or single parents. They don't even know what the ideal is.
right.
So when they meet a Filipina, and then maybe they come over here and they see the family life, and they're like, they didn't even know that was possible. They had no concept of what real family life is.
Right.
I've met people like that, and they're just breathless with shock at what how real traditional family works, and that's really a shame that people can go, a good portion of their life and have never seen the model of a functional family, which is really sad.
Yeah, and that's, you bring up a very good point because, it's true, like, with, and a lot of the people, of course, I'm older than you, but even from like our generation, like divorce was,
Yeah.
like here divorce is not
There is no divorce.
not a thing. So, people that come from, a broken home or whatever, then they're just popular. Everybody wants to talk to James and Karen. I'm the lucky one that gets to right now. But yeah, there's people that grew up that, that didn't receive that education.
And they don't even know. They don't even
what,
know
of what love looks like in a committed relationship.
Yeah, and it's amazing because they've never had that behavior model. They don't know what the ideal is because they don't even know it exists. You don't know, they say you don't know what you don't know. Well, that's how it is. They don't know what they don't know. And then maybe a Filipina is their first window into what a traditional family life looks like.
Right, and
I've met
sure,
people like that. And they're just stunned. They're shocked.
I'm sure that a lot of the guys that come over here, are probably like, it probably takes them a little while to learn. You have to learn from your Filipina, like what this is. Like, oh, this is what it's like to be, because they don't even know, experientially what that's supposed to look like.
They don't know
So
what the ideal
experiencing
looks
it, for the first time is probably,
And it
it's
seems
probably
like,
a good shock.
and it seems like Hollywood, everything from the kids' cartoons to popular culture, our sitcoms are removing what is a traditional family looks like. You can't even see that on TV now. In a lot of TV programs, sitcoms, and movies. You can't even see that in the movies.
Okay.
You go to a movie, you don't even see that.
Sherry, I'm not gonna read everything that you put here, but you got out of an abusive relationship, and you didn't deserve that treatment, Sherry. No woman does, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that. And if you're single now, I hope that you find a good man that will recognize you for the valuable woman that you are. Sherry said I had to sadly transfer schools and graduate from a different school. Oh, okay. So I'm assuming you're saying that he was part of the reason you had to move schools. Gary Walker, D, looking for love in all the wrong places, then boom. PI, good for you, sir. Well, yeah, but I think Dee was saying that he met his Filipina in Texas. So, but now but I got you, Gary. Looking for love in all the wrong places. I wonder if they got that on karaoke. I might have to try that one.
Maybe.
Alistair said, question for both James and Karen. How many frogs or bad matches before you met each other?
Well, if you mean just people I chatted on dating app a lot, and you just keep on going. They ask for money, something's not right, you just pick another one. Maybe there were two bad matches that I talked to for any amount of time, but that's how it is. You're gonna go through a dating app,
Yeah.
Never met him in person. Karen's the first person I ever met in person from a dating app.
What about you, Karen? Like how many frogs, and what do you mean by that? Like not princes, but
Chatting only, it's a lot, but James only, I talk more, the conversation.
so there was
Much.
so there was never any guy that you talked to for a little while and said maybe he's okay, maybe he was okay. No, he's not okay.
Yeah.
But you knew
Because I'm very careful.
She's very careful. Was very careful.
Yeah, you knew right away the frogs immediately and just moved on.
Yep.
I don't want that other partner that go in Philippines and bad intention and then I don't like it.
You already knew, even though you're raised up there on the mountain, you knew about those foreigners. Yeah.
Marva's vlog says good evening. D Forever Young. I got to bounce, but I just subbed you, Ray. I'm already subbed to the wonderful couple. Have a blessed night. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. You brought a lot to this live stream, and I don't take it lightly. I always say, like, time is the most important thing that you can give to another person, and I am never gonna take for granted like you guys that choose to spend your time, your valuable time with me. Like, it humbles me, and you guys are the best. Move on before I get all choked up. G-Dub, Karen, what made your English so great? Is James doing well with Alongo? Actually, is that what you speak there?
No, Gary, it's Aklanon.
Aklanon.
It's another dialect here in Panay.
Okay.
Ilonggo using Hiligay non, Antiki is Karayan. Aklanon, it's different.
Yeah. Let me stop there. James, say one Aklanon word.
And one.
And what is that, Karen?
Carabao.
Carabao.
What is delicious?
Manami.
Yeah.
Manami,
How about
okay.
it hot?
Mainit.
See?
A lot,
Say-
very.
See, James is passing the test. Where was I? Okay. D Forever Young said, side note, people in the chat, don't forget to hit the like button, and remember it's free to sub and it's also free to be nice. Stay blessed all. Thank you again. You're a class act. I appreciate you being here. G-Dub, Sherry, where in Tennessee are you from? Filipinangueri vlog. I cannot pronounce that, but I appreciate you being here. And if you got a vlog, then I'll definitely check it out. And again, anybody that, and I'm not saying this for any other reason than, I'm kind of busy doing a vlog, and I've got other people there. Normally I'm like subscribing as the vlog is going on. But if you subscribe to my channel, then I will see it in my subscriptions. If you've got a channel, I'm gonna subscribe back. I believe that, we're a community, mutual support, and I appreciate you guys. Let's see. Sherry said, oh, thank you, Ray. Yes, I'm single now. I'm looking for love in all the right places. Now, after that nightmarish relationship I had before, I'm meeting good men like Ray and my friend Dave from Ireland. That's awesome, Sherry. Like I said, you deserve every happiness. Everyone does. I say it all the time. Like, I only want people to be happy. if whatever you're doing isn't making you happy, stop doing that. Gary, East Coast side, Chattanooga. Okay, so Sherry's from the Chattanooga, Tennessee. Jimbo Q, both of your channels rock. No, Jimbo Q, you rock.
Thank you,
You rock,
Jimbo
my
Q.
brother.
Thank you, man.
G-Dub, did James say those words? Wait, what? Mean shit up, Gary. Shut up, Gary. I was like, G-Dub, what the hell does shit up mean? Mean shut up, Gary. What did he say wait, say those words mean shut up. I don't know what words he's talking about. Is that
The
Aklonon
Yeah.
words? I can't even properly say Aklonon. Aklonon.
Klingon.
Yeah, that's the way.
You almost said it.
That's the way it's.
You almost said Klingon.
Yeah.
All right.
I couldn't speak Klingon. I'm a Star Wars guy, not Star Trek.
Okay.
So,
That's
so-
actually a thing. They actually made a fake language called Klingon.
Yeah.
They made it. It's real. Now it's real, but it's a fictional language. It's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it makes, someone said something? Oh, Lily, you're getting here late. You're gonna have to watch a replay because I think we pretty much covered everything that we needed to cover in this live stream. You guys, I don't know. Are you gonna do a live stream tonight?
No,
or
I don't think I'm
Okay.
gonna. I gotta make some phone calls and stuff.
But
I'm gonna make a long form video.
okay, so
I'm gonna compress all the statistics and do like the background information for this live, and then what I'll do is link it.
yeah.
So if somebody finds the statistical one and they find mine first, they can come and see this.
Yeah.
And get the longer explanation.
So you guys, this live stream was, more off the cuff, just casual conversation about this topic. You definitely need to watch James and Karen's video on this same topic that's gonna have like more facts and statistics and more researched out. It's gonna be awesome, and you guys will definitely enjoy that content. But for now, I'm gonna let this busy couple get to doing what they need to do for their own channel. I appreciate them so much for giving me time. Time's the most important thing on my channel. I don't take it for granted. These guys are the best. I don't have my hat on to say, oh, who dat? I love you all.
Bye guys.